Well, good morning, Pauhana Ohana.
Hi!
Today is Gary's birthday. Gary turns 45 today.
And why am I still in the kitchen, dang it?
Well,
Why are you doing this?
Honey, we all know you do such a better job than I do.
I love cooking.
Yes, you do.
Gary, Stacy, Spirit, and Sophie. We're taking our motor home around the country. Throughout North America, we're on the road. It's Pauhana Travels, here we go.
With it being Gary's birthday, we figured today's Maintenance Monday topic is going to be boondocking and cooking and entertaining. So we're going to talk a little bit about our items we use even when we boondock and our outside setup. We're going to have some friends over for dinner. And yeah, so it'll make for a nice little topic of how to entertain when you boondock. So what's on tap for today?
I don't got any beers on tap today.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we are in the middle of the desert.
I don't have any beers on tap, but I got a prime rib roast. It's a boneless prime rib roast. We've thawed it out over the last couple days. And I'm gonna just season it up and maybe stick it on the Traeger tonight.
Hey dear, what are you doing?
Hi, I'm just getting our table set up to cook tonight. Today, just trying to find a somewhat level-ish spot. I think we're going that way a little ways.
Yeah, a little bit.
'Cause we gotta cook something tonight, or this afternoon for tonight.
Yeah, we saw it earlier, a prime rib.
Yeah, so I seasoned the prime rib this morning about 8 o'clock, and it's been wrapped and refrigerated for a couple hours. It's now resting at a room temperature, or coming up to room temperature, and then in just a little bit, I'm gonna get the Traeger out and put it on the Traeger.
All right, so we're gonna set up our outdoor, because it looks like it's gonna be beautiful for the rest of the day.
Man, it's a beautiful day. So what I think we're gonna do, we got a prime location right here. This is the Lake Mead National Recreation Area, Stewart's Point area. And we found ourselves Quimby Point right here, or Pauhana Point. How's that?
Okay.
Pauhana Point right here. And I believe I'm going to get the tent out. We'll get the campfire out and our chairs and maybe our windbreak as well. And kind of show how we do it when there's no shade. We make our own. That looks a bit more level now, doesn't it?
What'd you do? Put rocks underneath it?
Oh yeah, the legs got, all right, yeah, put rocks underneath the legs and whoop, there you go, we're level now.
You're
Just
so
like Jack's
genius.
motorhome. So
You're smart with your old age.
You're almost there. 27 more days.
I have 27 days to give you the old man talk.
27 more days. I'm giving it to you.
All right. So
this is a folding aluminum table. The top here comes off, and you can kind of roll it up, and then the legs fold up into a nice package. And I've got the bag over here that it stores in. We can show you that real quick so you get a idea of size. But this is the storage bag it goes into. A little carrying handle on it. So you see, it's not huge, and actually it's a bit oversized for it when it is all compacted. So it's a nice little table.
we put a product link on our Amazon shop of a table that is very similar to this, same size, same dimensions. We don't know the exact make of this because we bought it at the Quartzsite Big Tent Show.
I think we may have a Chinese knockoff of what we did actually link in our Amazon store. So it's probably a better product on the Amazon store than what we got.
But it works.
It does work. You know, it
And
works.
do you want to tell them why you wanted to go with the aluminum table versus the standard plastic that we have already on board?
Well, yeah. I melted the plastic table with the Traeger. It went drooped down in the middle. So with that, we have a Traeger, and I use the Traeger all the time for cooking, and it gets hot on the bottom side. Aluminum doesn't react to those temperatures and doesn't bend, and it supports the weight better. So that's why we got it.
All right.
Before you do anything outside too strenuous, got to get yourself a good beer. This is our basement, by the way. This is our slide-out tray. Well, shoot, I'll show you how the slide-out tray slides out. See,
Careful of your beer.
Whoa! It just goes in like that and comes out like that. And we got our big Pelican here. We've got the Traeger. Our fire pit goes back there. There's chairs and ladder, and if anybody wants a drone, Phantom 4 drone, I got it right there.
It's for sale.
For sale. More cooking equipment right here.
All right.
So it's really nice to have this slide-out tray because you can bring everything to you rather than having to crawl in to the middle of the rig. So I'm gonna grab the Traeger out now. And now you might say, well, why do you use a Traeger? Why don't you use propane?
Have you cooked on a Traeger?
Have you cooked on a Traeger? What, really? It just adds so much more flavor to the items being cooked. I'm not going to say just meat because we've done pizza and cookies and veggies and all sorts of stuff on this thing. So it's a really nice convection oven for outdoor use. The other thing is we're able to power it off the sun through our inverter, through the whole system. I just plug it into an outlet, and it doesn't draw very much power at all. It's really nice. All right, the other part of our basement, not so easily accessible, kind of through that little door. I've got a whole bunch of bins in there that I store different supplies, tools, tarps, ropes, outdoor camping stuff. You know, it's all in different bins in there. Somewhat kind of organized, maybe a little bit. At least Stacy would have no idea where anything is. I would.
This is your department.
All right. Last night we had a bit of a rainstorm, so everything kind of got put away, so we didn't get it all too dirty. And we've got a nice dog food container here for our pellets. We just fill the hopper. Put it all there. So conveniently located inside my tool cabinet is an outlet. Ooh, oh, tool cabinet. Wow! I love it.
Keeps it nice and organized.
It's not everything. I've got other tools elsewhere too, in my actual tool bag. All right, nice full hopper. And we're gonna set it on the smoke setting just to get started. And let it go for about 10 minutes. It's gonna heat up, produce some amazing smelling smoke. And then we're gonna set it for 375. And we're gonna do a, not the reverse sear, but we're gonna do like a sear on the roast for about 30 minutes and then turn it down to, 250, 300-ish, and cook it for as long as we need to get it to a nice, perfect 125 for medium rare. So while the Traeger's warming up, I think it's time to go inside and unwrap the prime rib roast. I got meat. This is our seasoned prime rib roast. I kind of did my own custom mix on the seasoning today. It was a beef rub base with I added some garlic and ancho chili and paprika and a bunch of other good stuff for the seasoning. And it's been wrapped up in the saran wrap for about 4 hours now. So that's good enough. I'm gonna unwrap this and then I'm gonna bring it to. I let it warm up a little bit more before I put it on the Traeger. It's always best to have your roast close to room temperature before you put it on. It cooks more evenly that way. Okay, we've been on smoke setting to get warmed up for the last 10 minutes or so. I'm going to turn this guy up to 375. All right, we're up there around 375, 390 right now, something like that. So we're gonna set this on here, fat cap on top, so the fat juices seep down into the meat. We're gonna do the high temperature sear for about a half hour. Bye-bye. Okay, we're on the other side of our disco. This bay right here is the other side of our pass-through, the roll-out tray pass-through. Wow, look at the color of our rig. I see Sedona, and now I see Stewart's Point on here. Ugh, the rain last night was pretty bad. It does rain in the desert. So you see this is the other side of the pass-through? When you slide the tray all the way to the passenger side, there's a whole bunch of empty space over here because the tray's not there. This is the other side of our other little storage bay. And we've got our kayak paddles, PFDs and other accessories for the kayak in here. This is our Genturi vent tube for the generator. And this is our big tent right here. We're going to pull this out right now. I think this will be a perfect spot for the tent. For tonight's campfire. What a view, huh? Wow. Beautiful. All right, we just finished setting up our outdoor entertainment area. We've got the tent from QuikShade. It's a Summit X tent, and it has these awnings that go off either side of it. Provides a little bit of extra shade. And then also we found in the evening times, when you're setting up the campfire, you can put the propane campfire in here and lower the awnings down, and it keeps the warmth in a lot more. Another great feature of this Summit tent is the venting on top. You can see the black and then the taupe on top. Those are actually our vents. So when you're in here and you have your campfire going, your propane campfire going, it exhausts out the vents. So you don't get asphyxiated and die and suffocate and collapse and blow up.
All right, so we also have 2 Costco plastic 4-foot folding tables on board that we keep with us. One of these is a little warped, as Gary mentioned earlier with our Traeger, it warped it. But when we entertain, these are still great to use to have a potluck set up, put all the food out. But tonight, since this is going to be a formal gathering with our friends, we've made it out into a 4-foot by 4-foot dining table. So we can all sit around the table and really enjoy our meal. Well, now we're going to talk about our rest and relaxation in our outdoor entertainment area. And first I have to say, we have been through so many camp chairs. How many camp chairs, babe, do you think we've been through?
Oh gosh, 2, 4,
I think 6 sets?
6 different brands.
Yes.
This might be the 8th, the 7th.
7th is a charm, right?
Sure.
So the first item I want to talk to you about is our Strongback Elite chairs. These chairs are so comfortable, and we want to thank RV Love, Mark and Julie Bennett, for suggesting us to try this chair. The first time you sit in it, you're gonna say, ooh.
Everybody has.
It provides optimal back support, and that's one thing camp chairs are always lacking. Now I'll say these chairs are not the cheapest. They're $99 each on Amazon. We'll put a link below. However, they're built right. They are built by a company that makes wheelchairs. And as you know, anyone that has spent any time in a wheelchair, you need to be comfortable because that is your main mode of sitting. And these have been great. We've had them now for almost a month, and they pack up pretty tight and well worth the investment. Whenever it's your back, you got to invest in it. A couple other items here in our entertainment area is we have the GCI outdoor folding table, and this table's great. It's compact. I'm going to just show you what it does. When it's packed up, it's pretty flat, and I believe we put this in between the wall and our slide.
It goes in the slide out tray on top of the Traeger.
Oh, on top.
Yeah, the legs collapse in.
Oh yes.
So the legs fold into the top of into the table frame, and it compacts a little bit smaller than that.
But it's perfect to put all of our items.
And it's aluminum and not plastic, and much more sturdy.
Yes. So we really enjoy this table. Another item that we really enjoy, and especially up in Alaska, is our ThermaCell lantern. Now this is dual purpose. Not only does it provide a little light, but it is a bug deterrent. It works off of butane and these little fragrance mats. It heats it up and it keeps the bugs at bay. If you're going to be in any type of bug environment, which most people can be when you're camping, I highly recommend the ThermaCell lanterns. Again, we'll put a link down below and you can check it out on Amazon.
These Strongback chairs are nice. Another necessity when you're boondocking or just camping anywhere is a good propane fire pit. Propane fire pits could be used in almost any situation, whether you're in a fire ban or you can't burn wood or something like that. You can normally use propane as a fire source.
Even in campgrounds, there's a lot of bans.
Correct. Even in campgrounds, there's a lot of wood fire bans. You may still be able to use your propane campfire. You might check with the camp host prior to doing that, but it's good likely chances that you can use propane. You can either go to Lowe's and try to find a fire pit like this, or you can go to Amazon, our Amazon store, and we have linked the Outland Firebowl in our Amazon store, so you can find it there too. It's a must-have. You know, it's always nice to have a fire. Sometimes wood is a hassle because, well, you have to have wood. With wood, you got smoke, and you're always smoking somebody out in a fire pit. With the propane, it's nice and clean and easy. You can turn it off when you have to turn it off and call it a night. Okay, I'm on beer number 2, and it's been right about a half hour now. Let me just double check the phone. 2:30. Yeah, it's been about a half hour. So I'm going to turn this down, but before I do that, I want to take that piece of beautiful meat off. Set it on my makeshift roasting pan. I've turned this down to 225 now. So while the lid's open, it's going to cool down to 225. I've also made some beef broth ahead of time. This will help in the gravy production later. So we're going to put this in the bottom of the pan, the beef broth in the bottom of the pan. And what that's also going to do is help create moisture. So as it cooks, there's going to be more moisture infused into the meat with the flavor of the beef. So we're kind of just adding to the whole experience. So we're going to let this cool down. As soon as it is, we're going to put the meat back on. Alrighty. In there all nice. Temperature's headed down. So we're just going to let that sit for a little bit. I'm going to monitor the temperature a little bit. Can I stand by and just make sure it doesn't spike up too much, and do any fine tuning I need to do to keep it around 225 for the next, I don't know, 4 hours. Alrighty, the roast has come off the Traeger. It was about 125 degrees when I pulled it off. It looks like it's got a great little bark on the outside. I'm going to, it's warm, drip off some drippings and make some gravy. And then put it back in to rest. There it is. There is my Traeger prime rib roast.
Your birthday roast.
Birthday roast. This is what we cook while we boondock. Why? Because we have solar and we have a great inverter and we can. That's why.
All right, let's dig in.
Let's see how this guy comes out.
Because we can.
That's kind of a thick piece.
Oh, that looks great inside.
Oh, a little. I had to wait a little too long.
That looks pretty good, though.
I'm not complaining.
You guys like.
Are you
drink,
complaining?
I'm not a drinker.
All right, so what do you think, Hunter? Are you satisfied with your
I'm satisfied.
I think the meat looks good.
The meat looks great. It could have been a little bit, but we had to wait a little bit. And it cooked faster than I was hoping to. But yeah, I think it looks great. We got some nice thick pieces here.
I'm not complaining. We're having prime rib while we're boondocking.
I'm gonna have to have one of these breadsticks.
Oh, I'm happy.
You can have.
Oh yeah, I'm happy. 2 Missy thumbs up. So, happy birthday to me. Thanks for watching how we boondock. I know it's not how some other people do it. We have been accused of not being minimalists in the past, and I think we hold that very true. We enjoy camping. We enjoy being out in nature and doing everything we can. So if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe to our page, like our page, and give us a thumbs up and all that good stuff. And until next time, Pal Hunter.
And happy birthday!
Yeah.
Happy birthday!
As always, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up down below. Leave us a comment and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. We thank you for watching.
Until next time, Pow Hana.